got the teeth whitening done. I love this. This is great. Oh my God, they're so white.
I smoke so much weed, so I'm over here like, I need the teeth whitening because I smoke my blunts and my weed. I'm over here like, oh no. I'm like, gross.
And then it gets like the yellowish.
Yeah, because I mean blunts, bleezies, and all of that.
Blunts, bleezies.
Literally.
All that. What's your best way to do it? Blunts, or you like bongs, or you like
Blunts.
blunts?
Yeah, I'm a blunt
Okay.
girl for sure. Like you would think that I'm coming like from South Side or some shit. The way that I roll my baseball bats, like I'm not even kidding. Like they're fucking people look at them and they're like, those are fingers, Lace.
Oh,
like that's not a blunt. They're like, that is a fucking finger.
Just shove everything
I'm over here like I love it. I will straight up put like anywhere from an eighth to like a half an ounce inside of a blunt. Like I'm not even kidding.
Jesus Christ.
I just love it.
Of course.
I love weed.
As you should. You love weed, you love vaginas, and you love dicks.
Yeah.
Correct?
I love all of that. And some wine and some whiskey.
Some wine, some whiskey.
Yes. Whiskey
So-
gets me frisky.
Whiskey gets you frisky. Is that true? Is
Yeah.
that true? And wine keeps you fine.
Wine keeps me fine, and it's time to dine.
It's time to die. All right, so what's like the most fun thing that you had in the industry in the last couple of years? Or the craziest?
Oh man, I've had some good ones. Okay, so, well, I guess we can start off to tell people that hello, my name is Lacy Lennon.
Hey, this is Lacy, guys. Welcome.
I am Penthouse Pet of the Year for 2020. I am not only a performer with over 300 scenes. I won Best Actress last year. I won Best Sex Scene last year, and I'm also writer and director for Girlfriend Films for lesbian porn.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Whole shebang.
You have the whole thing going.
The whole thing going. I'm a full package. Well, and I love my industry. So anything that I can do to keep the industry going, to keep people making more porn, like, hell yeah, that's what I want. Like, let's get back to fucking and sucking.
Doing all that stuff, and you still have like a pretty nice social media presence.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Social media presence is really good. I think, so I got my 500,000 Instagram shut down about 8 months ago, but my Twitter just peaked over 350,000, which is pretty good for Twitter.
Your Twitter just beat 350,000. But
Yeah,
your Instagram's back up to a couple
Yeah.
100,000
Yeah, I think I'm at like 230,000 right now, which
in 8 months. That's really good.
Which is really good. I have a good feeling that it's about to be shut down again because they took my live privileges.
Were you doing anything crazy?
No. It's just my name's just so big, and just because like if you look up Lacy Lennon on Google, like all that you're gonna see is hardcore porn. So.
Well, like there's certain people that just have like they never get their account shut. Like Angela White. Like how does she do it? Like what's that secret?
You pay for it. So I learned about that. If you don't want to get it shut down, if you want to get verified, it is about $15,000. And so I talked to somebody about that, and I said, how do I get verified? They say you need about 100 articles of publicity, but it has to be mainstream publicity. So you can go ahead and hire the teams. And it's about 10 grand to go ahead and get them that, 10 grand to get 100 suitable for work, non-industry publicity articles, which are like daily beats, going through like that. And then the other 5,000 is for them to go ahead and bump you, because apparently there's over like 1 million people that ask to become verified on Instagram every day. So the list is just so long. So when you pay them that money and you pay them the 15 grand, they immediately bump you up to the top 10 people to get you verified like overnight. And so by doing that, when you pay lots of money, you can go ahead and keep your account. For me, that sounds like capitalism to me. And I'm over here like, I'll keep my money. I don't need Instagram validation to know that my bank account is sitting real pretty. So, and that's
Wow.
what happens when you grow up poor. You know what I mean? A lot of these girls, they grow up extremely rich, which is really crazy to think about. But a lot of these girls come from extremely wealthy families.
Really? Why do you think that is?
I just think that they're like a lot of them get taken care of, their entire lives, and so they immediately. A lot of them are sluts, and they get their sugar daddies at a real young age and whatnot. And so then they just come into porn and they continue to be a pillow princess. But it's also why a lot of them aren't very successful, unfortunately. So you can tell.
Why a lot of them are very successful.
And then the ones that are successful are generally the ones that have origin stories of, growing up very poor and in not great families, and a lot of trauma and a lot of shit happens. And so that's where their hustle game comes from. It comes from deep down inside their heart. So.
You said, wait, say that again. What? Cheap? Did you say cheap daddy psycho heart?
No.
I was like cheap daddy psycho heart.
No, I said, it's why their hustle game is so good, because it comes down, or it comes from deep down inside their heart.
Oh, deep down
Right,
inside.
right, right, right. It was like, because they had to work, their family had to work, their family, a lot of them still don't have anything. So you got people like, one of my favorite examples is Prince, and he came from nothing. His family had nothing. He built an empire, and he has set up every single one of his family members with a fucking house. He paid all their debt, all their bills, got them all cars, got them all in school, like, and he changed his entire family's life around because they were that poor. And that's a really great example. And people are doing good things inside this industry. Again, then you get to see people, you're just like, oh, okay, what are you doing? Oh, you're kind of a worthless human being. Oh, it's because you grew up rich and you grew up privileged and you thought coming into sex work was easy. But if you want to be successful, it's never going to be easy. You have to work.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work in
A lot of
sex.
work. It's a lot of work, so.
You're hardworking, super hard.
So I'm like, man, I grew up trailer trash in the South.
Really?
Yeah,
What part of the South?
I grew up in South Carolina, out in Beaufort.
Okay.
And then I grew up in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay, dope. South Carolina, North Carolina. I'm in Georgia. So.
Hey, love Georgia. Beaufort's right on that Georgia.
Beaufort.
Mhm.
There's a Beaufort in Georgia. Too.
Yeah, I know. And they're like super close.
Yeah, well, that's weird.
I know. Well, that's just the South in general. I mean, 'cause you also got, like, you have Savannah out in South Carolina, and then you also got, obviously you got Savannah, Georgia. They all just kind of just use the same old names.
Oh, we all just use the same, but different. Well,
I know. Yeah.
so, anything else? Any interesting things, interesting stories that you want to tell the viewers?
I have an interesting story from when I worked over at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch, and that's the legal brothel up in northern Nevada. And it was owned by Dennis Hoff. And for any viewers that used to watch Cat House, it's before our time, so much older show. But so I used to do mainly femdom when I was over at the brothel, and so there's this one party where I had this guy, he wanted to be humiliated. And not only did he want to be humiliated, but he wanted one of his balls to be completely stepped on with a stiletto heel. Oh, and I did that shit with a smile on my face. Yeah, I think I pocketed about 15 grand that day for doing that too. Oh man, I smacked that fucking motherfucker silly. I was spitting on him, I was smacking him around, I fucking took his balls and like, oh my god, it's just the nastiest shit. And at the end of it, he just hugged me, he gave me a kiss, and he's like, thank you so much. And I was like, of course, I will do it anytime. So a little sadistic in a way, but they love it. And they know that I always give aftercare. And aftercare is important whenever you're doing BDSM or
Wait, what's aftercare?
Aftercare would be after we're all done and after I brutally have taken them to fucking hell, I'm then gonna bring them to heaven. I make them come, I give them hugs, I take a shower or a bath, and I make sure to tell them that they're important, that you mean something. It's just like that. You're not just a worthless human being, you're an important human being, and how incredible you are to allow me to take you to those limits. And for you to then, tomorrow, you're going to go work a normal job. So I got to give some credit where credit's due. So a lot of people will go through those experiences and, they'll be like, oh, abuse, abuse, abuse. And I'm like, but you have these, a very minority group of people where they use that as empowerment. And so for me to be there and, to again, like push their boundaries and take them to a level of, pain and pleasure. And then afterwards make sure to know, hey, we're also friends. I don't hate you. You know what I mean? I love you so much and really good job today. And that's aftercare. Yeah.
I love that.
Gotta bring them back because a lot of people, if they don't get aftercare, they'll go home and like they'll really like contemplate like killing themselves or being like, maybe I am worthless. Maybe I do deserve to be abused. And it's like, this is not. This is kink play. This is not abuse. This is not what this is. And that's the difference between, again, like a lot of people is you get a lot of doms who think that being a dom is being abusive. But in the reality is when you're a dom, your sub is actually the dom because you have to listen to them. Everything that you're doing is up to them. When they're done, it's up to them. It's not up to the dom. So the doms just keep going and going and going, even though that person's saying no more. That's not a real dom. That's an abuser. So again, even though I'm the one in power and in control, truly my sub is actually in the most power and the most control. And it's my job to read that and to understand that. So.
That's genius. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's good. Thank you for the interview, too. That's good. Thanks.
They'll love it. The fans will love it.
Everyone loves
They'll love it because, especially like the LL fans, they'll be like, oh, more interviews. They're like, we love
More.
Lacy talks. They're like, she doesn't shut the fuck up.
No. I to do this forever. I just want to have the fans give them. This guy's looking sad because he wants to talk to Lacy. We love you. We love you. Love you. Anyway, thanks for. Where do you want them to go to see you?
Yeah, we'll make it easy. Just head over to my Twitter, and it's going to be at Miss Lacy Lennon. Keep it simple.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm Javi Mac. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thank you so much. That's always good. Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's good.
I was like, I think I'm